Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. And tonight we're going to be talking about Game of Thrones. Author George R. Martin, and how he says that the TV series wasn't good for his writing. I'm going to read from two sources here, comicbook.com and IndieWire. Because basically they say some things in one and some things in the other. We're going to start with IndieWire. The rancorous response to the series finale of HBO's Game of Thrones continues to generate chatter 3 months later, and author George R. Martin still has to answer to fans. In a new interview with The Guardian, the novelist again says he is sticking to his original plan for the remaining books in the series, stressing that the controversial conclusion to the show will have no effect on what he is writing. And whatever that is remains shrouded in mystery. You can't please everybody, so you've got to please yourself, Martin said, adding that he divorced himself from the ire sparked by the finale. I took myself out of that, he said. Some of the theories are right and some of the theories are wrong, Martin said in response to the fan speculation about what's to come in the new books. They'll find out when I finish. That is a good answer. Martin also seems pretty bummed about how the show has affected his personal life, saying that he misses the old days when he was able to exist more anonymously. I can't go to the bookstore anymore, and that used to be my favorite thing to do in the world. To go in and wander from stack to stack, taking down some books, read a little, and... Okay, that's just stupid. Why did this thing just jump on me here? Leave with a big stack of things I'd never heard of when I came in. Now, when I go to the bookstore, I get recognized within 10 minutes, and there's a crowd around me. So you gain a lot, but you also lose things. I don't want to go to a party where an unending succession of people want to take selfies with me, because that's not fun the way it was in the old days. That's work. That's another thing of him saying. He did add that the show's end was a liberation. I don't think the show was very good for me, he said. The very thing that should have speeded me up actually slowed me down. Every day I sat down to write, and even if I had a good day, I'd feel terrible because I'd be thinking, my God, I have to finish the book. I've only written 4 pages when I should have written 40. The most recent installment of the series, A Dance of Dragons, came out in 2011, and there's no publication date for the next book, The Winds of Winter, or the final book in the series, A Dream of Spring. That was IndieWire. We're going to tap over to Comic Book. Begin with there's a couple years where if I could have finished my book, I could have stayed ahead of the show for another couple of years, and the stress was enormous, he tells The Guardian. I don't think it was... And yeah, that same thing. But basically, in a nutshell, George R. Martin it's taken a toll. The show has taken a toll on him. And for the most part, he divorced himself from all the outrage and whatnot. And that's got to make a person wonder, was the show, or if the show was actually as good as it was supposed to be at the end, would he have divorced himself from it? I mean, to be honest, they should have actually said, you know what, we should wait until this series is concluded before we create a freaking show about it, you know? I mean, that would have been the smart thing, in my opinion. I've never seen Game of Thrones. I don't ever plan on watching Game of Thrones. I hear it's good in some areas, I hear it's bad in others. I hear from some people that it's good that it's good up to like 3 or 4 seasons, then it peters out. I hear it's good up to 6 seasons, then it peters out. I hear it absolutely sucks in the final season, which is the general consensus for pretty much 80% of the fans. But but basically George R. Martin has definitively come out and said the TV series wasn't good for him. It has caused him so much stress, and sadly, the cost of coming out into or becoming famous is also taking a toll on him. Most authors, I don't think, want the spotlight. There are some exceptions, of course, like J.K. Rowling, where she doesn't mind the spotlight. She uses it to push her narratives and whatnot, which are kind of insane right now. But there's other ones like Steve Alton, who did the Meg series. He doesn't really care about being in the limelight. Rick Riordan really didn't care about being in the limelight when he did Percy Jackson. And I actually read the whole Percy Jackson series. It's like, the movies are okay, but the books were fantastic. I mean, the final book was pretty damn cool. I'm a huge sucker for mythology books, like Greek myth and whatnot. I haven't read the other Riordan series. I believe it's more Roman or kind of a mix of all of them. But back to George R. R. Martin, because that was a digression. The point is, he's become stressed because of the show and because of the fame. And I wish him well. I mean, if I was actually, or it's like I said earlier, or like he said earlier, he doesn't like going to parties where he's instantly recognizable. All people want to do is take selfies. If I saw this man in public, all I would do is want to shake his hand and say, you wrote a good book series. Because the truth is, from other people who have read it, the general consensus is the books are very good. So yes, I wish him well. I hope he does do a good story with the rest of the books, the last 2, I believe. And I think that's all there really is to say about this. Anyway, that is the video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Get the bell on if you're new. There's still the Q&A. I don't think anybody's really going to care about the Q&As anymore. But anyway, this has been Orange Chat Reviews. Y'all have a good night. And I'll catch y'all on the next one.